Hi, welcome again. I'm Kim and this is my Crafty Chaos Emporium. It's going to be another quick one today because I really don't have anything much to show you that you haven't already seen before. I've been a bit sick since last week, so I didn't really do anything over the weekend or late last week. I was working on a pattern that I didn't expect to be a pattern. I was going to do, as I told you last week, I was going to do the magic mushrooms as a video. But then I bowed to peer pressure, and Tracy at Travel Crochet and Nicole at Be a Flamingo both said, no, that's a paid pattern. So it's a paid pattern. So I have that tester call out at the moment that will be finished tonight, I think it is, or tomorrow morning, and then the pattern should be out by early next week, I think it is. So just in case you haven't seen that one, here is Magic Mushroom, and you can see on my camera's really dark, so I'm hoping you can see that. Anyway, that's got the sparkly embroidery around the top, so it's a mushroom. I found that the top looked a little bit like a witch's hat or a wizard's hat, so I thought magic mushrooms. So there's Magic Mushroom, that one. There's the first magic mushroom, and it turned out a little bit shorter there. I think I must have missed a round. That's orange with gold on it. I did this one the other day just to double check the pattern. So here's next magic mushroom with a little red cap and some gold embroidery on it. And then I did this one. This one doesn't have any embroidery, but this has got the sparkly black with a black chenille, or almost a velvet, I think, there. And then I don't know if you can tell, if I can get up close, he's got some little cranky eyes on there. Don't know why, just felt like that. And then this is another one that I was just testing the other day with a different type of yarn, and that's got no face or embroidery on it yet. So yeah, nice and simple, really quick make. So if you're looking for something for markets or something that you can add a little something to and change them up, that would probably be it. So keep an eye out, and thank you to Tracy. Sorry, I'm dropping my mushrooms everywhere. Thank you to Tracy and Nicole for being a good cheer squad there. I have my Big Fat Pig pattern is released. It is going really well. I'm actually surprised because it's basically just a big fat pig, but it's going really well. So thank you to everybody who has bought that pattern, and thank you to everybody who has it in their, what do you call it, in their cart, in their basket, in their trolley. Thank you to everybody who's got it put aside for another time. There's a lot. So if you're waiting for a sale, the sale just finished, but I may do I may do a sale on all of my patterns when I put the magic mushroom up. So keep an eye out for that one. And I would just like to encourage you to, not just for my Etsy, but for any Etsy, if you've bought a pattern, please go and leave a review for that pattern creator, because it really does make a difference. Etsy doesn't make your patterns visible unless they've got 5 stars. They really won't push them at all. So, it's a little bit like YouTube with the comments and the likes and the subscriptions. Etsy's algorithm really values the 5 stars and the reviews. So please, if you've bought something from either me or anybody else, and you haven't left a review and haven't clicked the 5 stars, please do so, because it will make the world of difference to that person's Etsy store. So yeah, again, just a reminder, Big Fat Pig out there for your crocheting pleasure. Again, quick, simple, cute, customizable, I guess. You could make the ears longer or shorter. You could make the legs longer or shorter, although probably stumpy legs is best. Any colours, stripy colours, there's all sorts of options for that little piggy. The only other thing that I managed to do while I was sick, I didn't really feel like doing any patterns or anything, so I did these and I finished off the yarn. So I've got 33 of these squares, so compared to my hand, they're about that size. I haven't measured them, but yeah, so I'd say that's probably, what is that, about 10, 15, so they're probably not quite 20 centimeters, so maybe about 17-ish, I'm guessing. I have 33 of those. Don't know what to do with them, so again, ideas. They don't make a very big rug if I was to put them together. I don't have enough to make something to wear to get around my huge butt. So I might even keep an eye out for some more of that yarn and just put these aside until I can find some more of that and build up a little bit more of a supply. But yeah, that's what I've done. They actually look really good the way that they've all come out in different colours from the same ball. So I'm, what was I last time, 41 days maybe? It's been since August 5th, and I don't know what the date is today. So anyway, I still haven't bought any yarn since August 5th, so I don't even have a yarn haul to show you. I was this close on the weekend just to getting out of the house, and I went for a walk instead. So there's no yarn that's worth buying within walking radius of my place. Then I've got the Crochet Roulette for this week, which we know was Pink Sea Life. And I didn't, I'm looking at what I made, which is actually in my hand right now, and looking at what other people made. And so many people did Anchor and all these other massive, massive things, and mine fits in my hand. So anyway, I'm feeling a little bit lacking this week. If you haven't seen all of the makes, I would suggest you go to Jenny or Tracy's or any other channels that are showcasing all of the makes. I just can't get my act together enough to do that, but I can direct you to the people who do it and suggest that you possibly have a look on Instagram at the Crochet Roulette 2025 hashtag, and you will see all of the amazing entries that people have put in. But anyway, here is mine for this week. Sorry, I'm getting my fingers tangled up. I don't know if you can see those. I made using my jellyfish pattern, roughly. So that's some jellyfish earrings. So they're made in a cotton with a 1.25mm hook. And I've got a picture of them I'll put up here so it's a little bit clearer for you to see them. They don't take very long at all. They're easy. They're just really, really fiddly. And the tentacles didn't actually turn out the way that I wanted especially. They didn't have the little curl on them, and I'm not sure why. Obviously something to do with the cotton and the fact that it's 1.5mm hook. Variegated pink, so they come out quite nice. There we go. I know it's probably a little bit blurry for you, but anyway, you've seen the picture. So that was this week's. And I'm sure that you've seen the videos for next week, but I'll put them up here anyway for next week's make. And we're doing pastel coloured safari animals, which is actually quite a good range of things. None of them are actually pastel coloured. They all tend to be brown naturally, but we can go nuts with that one. I've actually already made mine. I got a bit bored early last week, and Tracy said, well, get ready for the pastel safari one. So pastel safari is done. I will show you that one next weekend. Other than that, I've got absolutely nothing to show you. I did just want to thank you though while we're on crochet. Well, not my place to thank you, but I'm going to do it anyway. While we're on the Crochet Roulette, I've mentioned Vicky Bass Designs a few times. I work with Victoria. She has a small business making key rings and all sorts of things with the silicone beads, and she's sort of branched out into the crochet hooks, which I've shown you before, and I use those. And now she's doing some Ami sticks, and she's been joining in with the Crochet Roulette because she can make she can put the feature on the end of them. So you probably saw it in Jenny and Tracy's videos. She did some Ami sticks this week with, I think, an axolotl and a seahorse maybe. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I just thought it was really nice the way that everybody sort of embraced that, and there's been some comments on Victoria's Instagram page. So yeah, it's just really nice. Everybody's sort of embracing anybody who wants to join in, and even the non-crocheters, which is lovely. So if you haven't seen her work, have a look over at Vicky Bass with the double S Designs on Instagram, also a website, and on, I think, TikTok, don't quote me on that, and also maybe on definitely on the Facebook. So yeah, have a look at her work, even if you're just having a sticky beak at what she's done that lines up with the Crochet Roulette, which would be really nice. And that's it. I'm still not feeling 100%, and my voice keeps going during the day, so I'm going to cut it off there. I think this is, looking at my screen, this is what, 10 minutes? 10 minutes, and it's probably not even going to, it's probably going to be even shorter than that by the time I edit out all my fumbles. I got a phone call in the middle of that, so I do have to cut that bit out too. But I've got nothing to show you, and I don't want to keep you, and I've got nothing to talk about, so that's it. I may just, for shits and giggles, do a computer bob video this week. We'll see how we go. when I'm sort of feeling up to it, I'll get on top of that. But I will wish you all a fabulous week, and I look forward to seeing what you're doing with Crochet Roulette 2025 with the pastel coloured safari animals. Please don't forget, if you've bought some patterns off anybody recently, pop back into Etsy and leave a review and click the stars, because it really will help their patterns become visible, not just mine, everybody's. And if you are watching and you haven't subscribed yet and you think you might like to watch again, please subscribe, because that makes a huge difference too. That's not all I have to tell you, because I have got a market on Saturday if it doesn't rain. And I don't know if you can hear in the background, but it is actually raining at the moment. There is a thunderstorm, but it is only Monday. So it's got 5 days to get its act together. And then hopefully on Saturday, market will go ahead. It's the one that has been cancelled for the last 3 or 4 months. So I don't know how that will go, because people will sort of be out of the habit of coming. But there's also the chance that people might get up and be really excited that we're back again, if they've even realised, because it's not very well advertised at all. Which reminds me too, if you follow Litza, Coco's Crochet, and you haven't seen her market recap video, pop over there and have a look at how she did at her festival on the weekend. So that's well worth watching, and congratulations, Litza. That was just an amazing job, but all your stuff is gorgeous, and I'm sure the locals loved it. That's all that Greek support for you, I think, isn't it? So thank you, everybody, and I'm sorry this is very short and I've got absolutely nothing to talk about, and I will see you all next week. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you for a catch up on Sunday. Bye.